The next 24 hours for XRP are by far the most important in history. In fact, XRP will go over 57.21 in the next 24 hours. We are about to see over $2 billion come into the XRP ledger through real estate in the next 24 hours. Also, the huge XRP ETF is about to come out, and most importantly, Apple may buy over 1.5 billion worth of XRP. XRP is actually worth 57 right now, even though it's only worth 3.05 right now. It only makes sense that we'll really know what the real price of XRP is in the next 24 hours when there is a huge surge of volume through real estate and large-scale purchases of XRP. All the charts themselves show that to be true. Like, look at the XRP price chart right now. Over the last month, we've seen a rise. This is a decline consolidation if we look at it. What about the past year? XRP had a huge rise, and it looks like it's still going strong. When we look at this at its peak, we can see that XRP went from about 1/100th of a penny to over 3.05. Now at an all-time high of about 3.28 or 30 cents, which is really big and shows that a 50,000% rise is very likely to happen. I really think we will see something like this in the next 24 hours. Why? Because look at what I'm about to show you. There it is, 4.5721 as proof. Brett Gunga, CEO of Ripple Labs, saying in public that IXRP will be the next Bitcoin says a lot. Listen to this clip only. If you thought that was crazy and full of bull, wait until you see what I'm about to show you. John Arthur Brittany, Ripple's co-founder who helped create XRP with David Schwartz, says that XRP is meant to be used for 10,000 and needs to be able to grow to serve 7.5 billion people. To be clear, the real value of XRP is many tens of thousands of dollars. Brad Gillick, the CEO of Ripple, has even said that XRP is like Bitcoin in the video which you just watched. Do you guys know how huge that is? Bitcoin, which is worth 115,000 and has a market cap of 2.3 trillion, is worth 3,000 XRP. Now, XRP would cost at least 4,000 if it got even close to this market cap. But here's another crazy video of Brad Gillick, the CEO of Ripple. This is what he says that Bitcoin has been a good experiment, but it hasn't worked well for payments. After that, XRP will take the place of both Bitcoin and Swift. As we already said, Bitcoin has been a success in many ways, but not when it comes to payments. In terms of how quickly Bitcoin works, it can take up to an hour to confirm a transaction. As Tavat said before, you shouldn't use Bitcoin to buy coffee unless you're willing to wait an hour for the transaction to be confirmed. After that, it would cost a lot to do business. Your Bitcoin XRP and how it works. That means the next 24 hours are very important. People are going to make hundreds of thousands of dollars because of how important they are. XRP went from $3 to more than 57. But there is one major reason why it will cause that huge rocket, which will cause the price of XRP to drop from $3 to 57 cents. It all comes down to putting $2 billion worth of real-world assets like real estate on the XRP system. In case you didn't know, Realfy is the biggest real estate company building on the XRP system. They can unlock billions of dollars worth of real estate in the next 24 hours. Plus, they're burning 558,000 worth, which is about half of the 40 million Phase 1 supply. This means that in the next 24 hours, the supply of real tokens will drop from 42 million to 22 million, which will cause a huge supply shock. All of this is taking place on the XRP system, which is the best part. That means that anyone with XRP can get a nice bag of real tokens. The huge XRP ledger token burn and the $2 billion that will be added to the XRP ledger are what this is all about, though. They will make that huge price go through the roof. Take a look at this. When there is a trade on the XRP literature, XRP is automatically burned. This is true whether the transaction is made with real tokens, burned real tokens, or something else. This is a gas feed. As a result, every time a transaction takes place, the price of real token will go up. Some experts say it will skyrocket, but I've seen reports that it will go from 3 cents, which is how much it costs now, to over 65. Another thing I've heard is that Realfy might hit 1% of the 684 trillion market. If 1% of that goes into the real token, each real token will be worth 65,000. But the idea here is that if we see tomorrow that the price of real tokens goes up to 10,000, which is very likely because there isn't enough supply to meet the huge demand, then it's clear that the price of XRP has to go up. For people to get real tokens, they will have to first buy XRP and then change it into tokens. And what makes it really unique is that trades of dollars will turn into real tokens, which will make multimillionaires, and people who use XRP will also get rich. Now look at the real ticket charts. Let me quickly show you this. Now it's clear that there is a huge amount of support and very little opposition. The price is staying the same. There is a lot of money here. Right here is where the money is. I'm also very optimistic about real currency. At one point, this project was worth about 1/100th of a penny. Now it's worth 3.5 cents. I mean, you imagine how much X that is. It's like a 10,000x, and it happened in like a month, which is again crazy because I see people who put in $100,000 and made $100,000 as a result. I mean, that's how crazy the money that was made through Realtor was. But this is just the beginning. Right now is the lowest it will ever be, and people who act now are probably one of the earliest. Real token is the only utility-based real estate project on the XMP ledger if you look at it this way. To be exact, it's the best utility-based project on the XMP ledger. Big companies like Realtify have backed it, and it got a perfect score. Like, look at this. This is how they did. All around, a score of 100. When it comes to KYC, they have low risk, which means you can trust them. Once more, the top 3 leaders are also low risk. The worst number in the top 3 wallets is 3035, which doesn't mean much since XMP has 10 million wallets. Picture this, 3,000 wallets is not a lot. The price of 3,000 wallets went up by more than 100,000%. So picture this, once this thing is listed on centralized markets and is easy to buy, everyone will be rushing to get it. To the point where people are rushing to buy it right now. It's so hard to do so compared to something that's already on Binance. The price will go through the roof as soon as this thing is listed, even if it's only on a small centralized market. Because of this, I always say that real token is like Bitcoin. It is based on the XF record. BTC was worth $1. Even though no one bought it, those who did made millions or even hundreds of millions because Bitcoin has now risen to 100,000. This real token you see right now is the next Bitcoin. And that has been made clear by huge institutions. Take another look at this. I mean, this is really big in every way. You can also take a look into them. You can find out more by paying realfi.com. I'm going to leave everything below. I'm going to leave on the link. I also got a nice juicy bag of this because I think I'll say it again, I'm very optimistic about this. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm very optimistic. I can see that the real token has a lot of promise. I really believe that this will quickly reach hundreds of dollars, at least 10,000. 60,000 is a very easy goal compared to any other token. The real token part of the RealFi ecosystem is really cool because it lets you make real tokens and buy real estate with both XRP and real tokens. This is once again very big. It's easy to see that you can buy XRP real estate with XRP, real tokens or USD. But once more, this is really big. We've seen some crazy things for the XRP system, but this is by far the craziest. On top of that, it's clearly very strong. Furthermore, RealPi is expanding around the world. I mean, this is about to spread all over the world right now. No matter where you look, you can search for that. And I think they're working on adding a bunch of Middle Eastern and Asian countries right now. But this is really big. This is written in XRP. Think about that. For the last few seconds of this video, I want to stress how important it is to learn about projects like Real Token, which is backed by RealFi and runs on the XRP system. The XRP record will carry billions of dollars, which will end up in spots like these. A lot of the money will actually be added to the XRP system through projects like RealFi, which is why I talk about them all the time. I believe this is very strong. It's something that people need to understand. The money will go to the real coin. This will lead to supply shock. These are the places where early adopters of real tokens will make a lot of money long before XRP does. XRP will make people rich. It will happen, but it won't happen right away. It could take 10 years, 5 years, or 3 years. But please keep in mind that real token will make millionaires a lot faster, a lot bigger, and a lot more money because it provides a lot less. Because there is a lot more demand and you don't need a lot of money to get rich. Real token spreads will also go up, which will make people who own real token rich. Once more, this is not business advice. No, I'm not a business expert. Also, you should always do your own research. This is just something to think about and get you to do your study. I'm going to end the video now, guys. Make sure you enjoy the movie. It's important that you share this movie and subscribe to the channel. I'll also leave all the links for everything in the text below. Right now is the time to take the lead if you're going to, because there's not much time left. Peace and see you next time.